So for today, today lesson, I want to start you off with this question. Okay, how would you describe a blue collar worker and a white collar worker? If you are not sure about what does it mean by blue collar or white collar, it's good time to take a guess, right? So talk about this with your partner. I'm going to put you in a breakout room, and then you will talk about this white collar and blue collar from what you know. And if you can talk about your culture, do you have these terms at all? So I'm going to put you in a breakout room. This is a good time for you to get to know one another. And the first question, I usually give a very small amount of time because it's a very short introduction. But at the end of the session, you will have time to discuss more with your partner and practice some of your English skills. So let's go ahead. I'm going to put you in a breakout room. So we have 6 participants. That will be 3 rooms. This one is easy. I'm good at that. So just click join and you will be with your partner. So how do you define blue collar versus white collar worker? So click join and you will be with your partner. Okay, all right, welcome back. So again, I hope you guys had a great conversation with your friends a little bit. And
That's
what
good.
yes, good. What I want to show you is here in this country, in the US, we have 2 categories of the workers. One we call a blue collar, and the other one is white collar. Literally, it's the color, right? The color is this, right? The color. So blue collar is a job that usually involves physical strength or skill with the hand. Sometimes it refers to people that work in long hours in a heavy industries. Examples like construction workers, people that work in a manufacturing company, in a factory, those are the blue collar workers. In the contrary, the white collar worker is the work that doesn't involve physical effort. Usually in an office or in the old days, people think about white collar as a banker, right? As I put in a note here, it said too many people are training for white collar. They think the office environment is safe and pleasant. Believe it or not, here in this country as well, some of the blue collar workers earn more money than the white collar workers. Construction workers here in this country, they earn a good money, right? In some position rather, I would say. So here in this country, that's what we call blue collar and white collar. You might hear that in the news or when you experience people sometimes asking you, are you looking for a blue collar or white collar job, right? So you know what is the difference. So the reason I'm introducing this topic for today is because I want to focus a little bit about pronouns. In the past few sessions, if you were here, we focused on vocabularies. And I haven't done grammar for quite some time. So this is a perfect week that I want to introduce this to you. Relative pronouns sounds so fancy, but this is something that you already know already. What is relative pronouns? A relative pronouns are the words like which, who, where, when, whose, right? These relative pronouns used to give extra information about the subject or the object of the main clause. So you might see a sentence or you might hear people say something like, example, It is the company which invented the iPhone, of course, the Apple, right? So if you see this sentence, it is the company which is a relative pronoun that replaces company, which invented. Now, which become a subject. Subject, as we know, have to have verb follow it, which is invented. Second example, yes, Murad.
Mostly I use that instead of which. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct as well. There is no difference at all. Great questions. I'm gonna go into the next one in a little bit, but that is a great question, Murad.
Okay.
However, you can only use no, I'll go into that in a minute. Let's follow this for a minute. So if you are using a person, right, we will use who. She is the woman who managed. Again, now who becomes subject followed by the verb managed, right? So how to use them? Here we go, Murad. Which to talk about things. Murad, can you read the first example?
Sure. Which to talk about things. It is the invention which changed modern communication.
Thank you very much. Which talking about things. In this case, invention. Subject plus verb. Number two, who, we use who for people or a person. Ida, can you read the second example for us, please?
Yeah, they are the people who relevant revelations, social media.
Excellent. They are the people or people, right? We cannot use which. We have to use who. Revolutionize, right? Subject plus verb. What is revolutionize? Any guess?
It's a revolution. I know revolution, it means the change. For example, industrial revolution, the big change.
Yes, the big change, right? Usually revolution we use when something that is better than before, right? Or some context you could hear in a sad story like revolutionize. Ida, great example, industrial revolution, right? When people used to do everything by hand, now there's a lot of machines, so that's a change. Good. Number three, we will use whose to talk about possession. Possessions mean you own something, right? This is my water bottle. So this is, I possess this. So we use whose for this. Ricardo, can you read the example number 3 for us, please? You are mute.
Sorry. This is a customer whose order went missing.
Excellent. So whose order? Customers' order went missing. Excellent. Number 4, we use when for the time. Esther, can you read the example on number 4, please?
Yes, 1999 is the year when I launched my first product.
Excellent. Year, time, right? Is the year when. Can I use which? What do you think?
Lunch, or I don't know what's the question.
Yeah, we can use which here as well, but you would hear that in a speaking conversation, but when you write something, the The correct one should be when I launched my first product. Number 5, we use where when we talk about places. Didi, can you read example number 5, please?
This is the office where you'll be working.
Excellent. The office where. Can we use which or that?
No.
Yeah. Yes, we can use which or that as well in this case in a spoken, in a spoken language. But when you write, it's different. Why is it different? Because we have, in English, we call academic language, right? When you write something, sometimes when you hear people say things in the movies, it sounds different than when you read it, right? It's a written language and spoken language, and you will hear that a lot. Number 6, last one, we use that to talk about things or people. If you use that to talk about things or people, you can do that in writing as well. So that's a little bit different. I don't want to go crazy on this, but I just want to give you some information so when you hear it, when you see it, you understand what it is. So, Chris, can you read the example for number 6?
Yes, teacher. It's the invention that changed modern communication.
Good. Can you read the second one as well?
Pardon, excuse me?
Can you read the second one? They are the people.
Yes, they are the people that revolutionate social media.
Excellent. Yes, so which we can use instead of who or that. So these are the things that you already know about, and we're gonna do some practice. So we have 5 of them. Good. Look at this. We're gonna do number 1 together. Look at this photograph. It is the place blank where we could build a new factory. Which one would be the best? Which, where, who, when, or whose?
Where?
Where?
Yes.
Where?
Good. So now we're gonna do number 2 to number 5. So number 2, Mira, can you start? You can read the number 2A.
Sure. Yeah. Is it for sale? Yes. The person who Lantis wants to sell as soon as possible. We need we can use who, because it says the person.
The person. You almost right. Yes, you're right about if you see the person, but is this possession or talking about a person?
You mean whose?
Yeah. So whose, right?
Yes,
It's a possession. No worries. The person whose land it is. But you are right, Mira. When you see the person, your first guess who. But if you use who, remember it has to follow verb.
Cantos, also I want to ask a question to you a little.
Sure.
If I use that instead of whose, won't it be a problem?
Well, it will be a problem in this. Because in this context, we need a possession. Right? We need to say that this person owns this land. That's why he wants to sell it. Yes? Better, Mira? Yeah?
Yeah, thank you.
Good. Now, Ida, can we do number 3, please?
Yeah. Do we have permission to build on it? I have a meeting with the person at the local council where deals with planning permission. Where?
Where Okay, what do we use with, yes, Mira.
I guess should be who.
Yeah, this one should be who. A little tricky. Yes, Ida, it said local council. It's a place. Why can't I use where? But this blank is person. So a person who deals. And Mira, this is a great example. You see who plus verb, whose plus noun. Right? So that's a big difference there. So Ida, are we clear on this? Number 3, we use who? Yes? Okay,
Yes.
good. Who wants to do number 4? Anybody wants to try number 4?
I am. Chris.
Go ahead, Chris.
Great, but is there a town or city nearby where
Nearby.
nearby, thank you,
You're welcome.
where employees could relocate to? After all, a new factory needs a workforce.
Excellent. This one, where, right? Because it refers to city. Yes, excellent. Thank you, Chris. Number 5 is the longest one. Anybody wants to take it? Number 5. Don't be shy.
Translate the time.
Anybody wants to take number 5?
Can I try?
I
Go
can be
ahead,
volunteer.
Gigi.
Okay. The nearest town is about 2 kilometers away, with a population of 10,000 people. There are plans to expand the town into a city. So the government is building a new railway through the region. That will be the time when land will become more expensive. So we should buy it sooner rather than later.
Excellent. Yes, when. Yes, time, right? This is about the time. Good.
Yeah.
Good job. A little pronunciation here, Didi. This one, population.
Oh, population. Thank you.
No worries.
I have
no worries.
blind reading glasses. Sorry.
Don't worry at all. Good. So you get some idea, right? So where we use for a place, whose, possession, who, person, where, a place, when, it's about a time. All right. Yes. So like I promised you, I actually have another practice, but we're not going to have time. So I'm going to skip it because I would rather have you practice with your partner in a speaking. So now I want you to complete these sentences below so that they are true for you by using who, where, when, whose, right? For example, you're going to share with your partner. Number 1, I'm going to share with you. Let's say I'm going to do it as an example. A good partner is someone. What do we use here? Who, where, whose, or when?
Who?
Who? Yeah. So for me, a good partner is someone who is always there for you. No matter what you do, if you have any issues or anything, a good partner should be there to help you. So you're gonna follow these who, where, who, when. Oh, I'm getting confused. Who, where, whose, where, and when, right? And then talk a little bit about this. Make it long so you have conversation, right? You don't need to just make one sentence and done. You can just say, oh, a good partner is someone who is always there for you and help you. I'll share my example is my husband. He's a good partner. He always there to help me if I need anything. He never turns down whatever that I ask for, right? So things like that. Just talk a little bit longer so you can practice. I'm going to put this in your broadcast message as well, so you can have them and look at them while you talk with your partner. Are we clear on this?
It's clear.
Awesome. Awesome. So I'm going to put you back in a room. I'm going to switch you out a little. I see. Are we losing somebody? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We did not lose anybody. 3. Okay. Okay, awesome. Enjoy. And I'll give you a little bit more time on this. Have fun with your partner. Quick joy, and then you will be right with your partner.